from Business Goose Studios, Swan Song is a cozy puzzle game with a heartfelt and melancholic story about family illness and grief. The entire game takes place from a fixed perspective, overlooking a music box. You play as Edith as she inserts the key crank into the music box built by her father, which unlocks and opens the magic box. This begins a 3-hour experience of evolving puzzles. If you enjoy this review, please like and subscribe to Play Save Repeat. Thanks. At the beginning, Swan Song's puzzles are quite simplistic. The entire aim is to get your swan figurine that sits on the left side of the open music box to the other side. You're basically its guide. These small tiles the swan must traverse are represented on the 4 colour-coded lines on the music scale on the lower part of the box. Once you turn the key, the swan begins to move in the direction it faces. As it moves, a gold pointer shifts above the music scale, over 8 logos that alternate between a quaver and a swan. The quaver represents where you can place notes to move specific tiles, and the swan represents its turn to move. Tiles are marked blue, green, pink or yellow, unless you change the colours in the accessibility options. It's up to you to place the notes found in the music box's drawer in the right position on the music scale. So if the swan needs to rotate direction on a rotatable tile in the first row, you look at the colour of the tile and place the note in the aligning row and colour on the music scale. You combine these elements to activate all necessary tiles and escort the swan to the end. And then, a short melody will play. Between certain puzzles, the music box will close and reopen to reveal personal items, letters, or cassette tapes. Hospital paraphernalia like inpatient wristbands, a gifted teddy bear, and medicine bottles carry an emotional weight, instantly reminding me of my experiences spending time in hospital wards. How in a strange way, things like the perpetual noise of medical equipment becomes as normal as hearing the wind blow. Although, it's the narrated letters and audio drama style recorded conversations that focus on the challenges the family of 3 endure. The mother doesn't just face a terminal illness, she's haunted by the reality of never watching her daughter grow. The father drowns in the prospect of losing his soulmate and raising his daughter alone, whereas the daughter tries desperately to connect with her mother through their shared love of music. Swan Song is a simple but powerful story that will resonate with a lot of people. Yet, I thought some of the dialogue lacked the subtlety needed to keep the emotions nuanced, but the characterization is strong and helps push past any noticeable narrative flaws. But I did appreciate how these narrative snapshots felt grounded, to the extent that certain scenes felt wrong to listen to something so personal. The small cast are what make the narrative work. With what little material there is, they do a good job of endearing you to the plight of their characters. Whilst many scenes aren't overly expressive, they feel realistic enough that you consider the possibility of them happening to you. Also, a melancholic but peaceful score helps maintain Swan Song's themes from beginning to end. It zones you in on the puzzles, while still absorbing the gravity of the story. The cohesion of these creative elements allows you to take in the puzzles and story at your own pace. Business Goose Studios also bolsters this approach in the visual presentation. A simple but sleek choice to use minimalist backgrounds to home in on the puzzle box. The backgrounds change in each of the 9 chapters, as sun rays shine down and specks of dust dance through the air. Also, the music box isn't overly detailed, but it's readable, and the swan's movement and the inner workings of the music box are nicely animated. Yet Swan Song's main appeal is the puzzles. Whilst the game starts simple enough, it follows the example of the very best puzzle games by tutorializing the first stages, and then continuously iterating and adding new puzzle mechanics, every chapter building on the last. The initial chapter introduces the basic movement of the swan. Then, different types of notes are slowly introduced. Tool notes simultaneously control 2 different coloured platforms. Widened tool notes do a combination of both, and others can delay movement. But it isn't just note variety that complicates things. Tiles themselves add new gameplay elements. Some rotate your swan, others move horizontally and vertically. Some hold a hunter figurine that can shoot you from your platform, and another tile can shatter. Although Business Goose Studios keeps adding new mechanics, it wouldn't be unexpected to think the play space limits the complexity of puzzles. Despite this, the developers intelligently maximise the space and add an extra layer of difficulty by introducing a key that needs to be turned twice, doubling the music scale, forcing you to figure out how a repeating scale can solve a puzzle, culminating in late game brain teasers that use all of the mechanics in unison. From the midpoint onwards, other notes are introduced as you begin to learn more about the characters and their connection to music. As you're given more notes to place on the scale, each one has different nodes it can attach to, and different abilities. and much more. And when you finish the game, there's a few secrets to find for those that want to search for them. Personally, I would have liked additional audio drama sequences, as the scenes with multiple characters were the most impactful parts when the writing hit. But around 3 or so hours long, the developers have meticulously evolved one puzzle type to its limits, so that it never feels the same. These tightly paced puzzles work really well and complement the gradual pace of the story, although I would have liked a second puzzle style to mix things up. The puzzle design is very impressive, and I hope the developers continue to use what they've learned in future projects. Swan Song is a simple but effective exploration of grief through the lens of a smartly designed puzzle game. It's clearly a personal story and passion project from the developers, and an easy game to pick up and play when you fancy a brain teaser or two, or a game that's perfect to play through in one sitting. Although, I would have liked the narrative design to be a little sharper, and an extra puzzle type to break up the pace a little bit. Swan Song is still a tightly designed puzzle game that's worth checking out if you're a fan of the genre. 7 out of 10. If you enjoyed this review of Swan Song, please like and subscribe to Play, Save, Repeat, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Until next time.